I have a question for those of you suffering from inflammatory skin conditions such as eczema or topical steroid withdrawal. When was the last time you tracked your daily protein intake? Chances are you're not eating enough protein. So let's talk about why getting enough protein in your diet is so important when you're fighting a skin condition. Hello everyone, my name is Larry. Welcome to Fighting Eczema. In Canada and the US, the recommended daily allowance, or RDA, for protein is 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight, which equals about 0.36 grams of protein per pound of body weight. This is the minimum amount of protein that you need to be eating every single day just to meet your body's basic protein requirements. Although this recommendation is specifically for the US and Canada, the majority of countries out there basically have this same recommendation. Now, the point I want to make here is that this is a minimum protein requirement and it's tailored to the average person. You are not the average person, okay? If you're watching this, I'm assuming you're someone who is suffering from an inflammatory skin condition, or you know someone suffering from an inflammatory skin condition. Those of us suffering from conditions like eczema, psoriasis, or topical steroid withdrawal may find benefit from eating more protein than the average person. Let's talk about why. You can probably relate to that feeling of looking around and seeing flakes everywhere, right? Like every time you scratch your skin or rub your skin, flakes are just flying. Or maybe you're in the oozing stages where you're oozing everywhere. Or maybe you scratch a lot and you're bleeding everywhere. Now, every time stuff is coming off of your body, you are losing protein. Let's focus on your skin for a second. What are two major components of your skin? Collagen and keratin. Collagen and keratin are proteins. If you're not eating enough protein, your body will not have the amino acids or the building blocks that are required to rebuild collagen and keratin, ultimately resulting in rebuilding and repair of your skin. A lot of people I've worked with, including some of you guys out there, shout out to you guys watching, have always thought that they were eating enough protein. However, after going deeper and analyzing their diet, we find that they're not even meeting the recommended daily allowance. Remember, the recommended daily allowance of protein is the minimum amount of protein that the average person should be getting every single day. Again, you are not the average person. My recommendation for the majority of people out there suffering from skin conditions is to aim for 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of ideal body weight, which equals 0.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. The reason I say ideal body weight is because if you're someone who is maybe overweight, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be consuming excessively high amounts of protein. If you don't know how many grams of protein you eat every single day, I really recommend you try tracking your protein intake for a few days. You can use free online tracking tools such as Chronometer or MyFitnessPal. I'm telling you, a lot of you will be surprised at the low amount of protein you are getting every single day. I've also created this free diet and symptom diary that you can download if you think it'll be useful. You can find it under the resources section on the Fighting Eczema website. All right, now let's talk a little bit more about why increased protein may benefit our skin other than the reason of providing your body with amino acids and resources to rebuild and repair the skin. Eating more protein can help you feel full longer. If you haven't already seen our video on the link between obesity and skin issues, feel free to check out that video afterwards. But the idea here is that yes, obesity is linked to skin issues. So, focusing on protein-rich foods can help you stay full and therefore prevent you from craving those processed snacks and crap foods that can lead to obesity and also worsen your skin. Another general benefit of eating more protein is that it can help to keep your muscles and bones healthy, especially when combined with exercising. Those of you in our Fighting Eczema programs will know that we recommend you do some sort of physical activity every single day. If you're not moving your body every day, get on that. Ensuring that you are getting enough protein will help you recover faster from your physical activities and ultimately make you healthier. Next, I want to share with you some of my favorite high protein foods. But before we get into that, I would love it if you could hit the like button on this video to spread the message of eat more protein to all of our friends who are suffering from inflammatory skin conditions. Thank you very much. I'm going to be completely honest, my favorite protein source is lean meats. Having lean meats as a major part of your meals will ensure that throughout the day you're getting enough protein. When it comes to plant sources of protein, I love beans. My favorite type of soup to make is actually bean soup because you can add so many different types of beans to create like a new flavor every time. And also you can add a bunch of vegetables and spices to really fit your taste. Also, tofu is another plant source of protein that I really love. It's super easy to eat. I love adding it to soups or making a nice stir fry. Oh, and like homemade miso soup is so good. My least favorite protein source is fish, only because I'm allergic to it. If you can eat fish, that's a great protein source to include in your diet. Here's a video of some of my guppies. No, I will not let you eat them. Anyways, just because these are some of my favorite protein sources doesn't mean that you have to eat them. Remember, our main principle here at Fighting Eczema is what works for one person might not work for another person. So find protein sources that work specifically for you. Now, let's talk about some tips on how to increase your protein intake. The first tip is to have high protein snacks. Nuts, seeds, eggs, Greek yogurt, those are just a few options if you can tolerate them. Next, focus on having protein as the center of your meal. For example, if you're having a meal of chicken, rice, and vegetables, have the chicken as maybe half of your plate and then fill up the other quarters with your rice and vegetables. Another example is, let's say you're having spaghetti. Don't have a giant bowl of pasta and sauce and then have like one tiny meatball. Instead, make the meatballs the focus of the meal and then have the pasta and the sauce as secondary. A general rule is to aim for 30 grams of protein per meal. This way, if you have 3 meals a day, you're pretty much guaranteed to be hitting your minimum protein intake, depending on your weight, of course. If you still find you're not eating enough protein, consider adding a protein powder into your daily diet. A scoop of protein powder in your smoothie or yogurt or whatever can give you an extra 20 or 25 grams of protein very easily. If after this video you still need support on how to optimize your protein intake, check out our Fighting Eczema programs. I'd be very happy to work with you personally to not only optimize your protein intake, but also optimize your diet and your lifestyle. If you want to continue learning more about how to heal your skin, you can check out the video that has just popped up on your screen. I hope you learned something new here today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.